Hello, and welcome to a special edition of the Music Relish Show with a special guest, our friend Mark,
Yep,
our new
that's
friend Mark
me,
from Holland. There we
Mark
go.
from Amsterdam.
Yep.
Mark from Amsterdam.
Yeah. Hello, Mark.
And
Yeah,
Mark,
and to be able to make the difference, my name is Mark Young. So
There
we
we
got
go.
the Mark Smith. Actually, it's called De Jonge, of course, in Dutch, but it means young.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll use young. And we've got young Mark Smith and young Perry Dedovich.
Yeah.
And I'm Luke Licchio. And we said this is a special edition of the Music Relish Show, a little supplement. And the reason being, a while back on our show, we were playing music from bands from Holland, or it might have been the hits of 1969. And of course, Shocking Blue came up with Venus. And looking at that afterwards, doing a little research, I found there was a whole movement of music in the Netherlands at that point in the early 60s to the late 60s, correct, Mark?
That's right. And it lasted on up till now, actually.
Okay.
But it all has to do with the big boom of, I think it started more or less with the Shadows becoming popular around 1960, the British Shadows.
Cliff Richard? Was it Cliff Richard? No.
Cliff Richard and the Shadows, but then Cliff went solo and the Shadows started playing these instrumental surf
Hank
kind
Marvin.
of tunes.
Yeah.
Hank Marvin.
So the term that I found was called a nederbeat, or is it nederbeat?
Yeah, but I think it was called that afterwards in retrospective, because there was beat music, of course, but I don't know when the term was coined in Britain, in the UK, when they started to call it beat music. But then it turned out we had our own brand of beat music, and it's funny because we used to have colonies in Indonesia, the Dutch. And Indonesia became independent pretty soon after the Second World War. And then the first flood of Indonesian ex-colonials came to Holland. And to live here and to work in the factories or whatever. I don't know the exact history. But the Indonesian first generation of teenagers were the first to pick up on the rock and roll craze.
Yeah.
What of course was a bit later here in Holland than in the States.
Was there more of a name for it before, the nederbeat name? It was just beat music?
Maybe rock and roll.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a specific thing. It was rock and roll.
Yeah, and there turns out to be one place in The Hague, which is our government main city.
Right.
And there was one hotel lounge, I think, where the Indonesians would come every week to make this crazy sound that nobody ever heard. And there was only a handful of Dutch white guys, teenagers, who dared to get in, because they were all a bit afraid of those exotic people,
Right.
And they would gather in masses with whole families, etc. But those boys dared to get in because they were so attracted by the sounds. And those were the first to start their own rock and roll bands. And one really important name of those Indonesian guys is the Tielman brothers. You spell it Tielman. And that these were actual brothers. And there are some clips online where you see them. They were still playing with a double bass and a really amazing guitar player. And they are so wild. Even right in these times, they are still really wild when you see them on stage.
Yep, they're still playing.
Well, I think they went over to making more crooner kind of music, etc., to be a bit more commercial in later times. And I don't know if they all still live, but these are really the really crazy cats. And then, well, sorry, yeah.
I've seen some YouTube videos of maybe not them. That name sounds familiar, but they were pretty wild performers.
This guy, like the double bass player, also a drummer who is walking around his kit while playing
that's
on.
The one I saw.
And there's the bass player goes lying on his back with the bass on top, and then the guitar player jumps on top of the bass, playing his solo. And they did all those kind of aerobics, or how do you call it,
Sure.
acrobatics,
Far out.
Acrobatics, yeah.
while playing. It's really crazy.
Yeah. It's
So
a great show.
For instance, the band the Goblins
Yep.
are Indonesian guys who play like pop music, because I think it's 1966 or so.
Mhm.
So it's a couple of years later. And the thing is, there was still a lot of racism in Holland.
Right.
And in order to put out their vinyl, they had to put at least 1 or 2 white guys on the picture, because otherwise shops wouldn't put it in their shops.
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't buy it when they see colored
Right.
guys. They think like, oh, I'm not gonna buy this. So they're not even part of the band, but they had to be there in the photo shoot in order to sell it.
Did I read correctly where some of them would wear like white makeup?
Ooh, I'm not sure if they did that in Holland. I think it's more like no, I don't think so, because the immigration, like, I think up till the Second World War, you didn't see anyone who wasn't just white-skinned, etc.
Okay.
Maybe in Amsterdam you had some, travelers, but especially in Zealand, where I'm from, in our school, for instance, we had 2 brown kids, and they were 2 brothers from Suriname, a previous colony. You never saw any people from other cultures, so to say. Now it all changed, because we had a huge flood of course, war. How do you say it? People who fled for all kinds of wars.
Refugees or
refugees.
Yeah.
And a lot of Turkish and Moroccan people who came in the 70s they were cheap workers in the factories, and they stayed a bit over here. So that's a 3rd or 4th generation. And especially in Amsterdam, it's I already told Perry before. It used to be one of the most mixed, the town with the most different cultures in one town worldwide. So there was almost 200 different cultures that they counted, like, who are legally living here.
Well, do you want to get into the playlist?
Before we do that, the Van Halen brothers are not, they weren't nederbeat.
Yeah, they used to be before they moved over. Yeah.
I like to heard, they were Dutch and Indonesian. I'd like to hear what music they made before they became famous.
And didn't they moved to the States at age 12 or so?
They were young, but I think they still spoke Dutch.
Yeah, they had to learn English in the U.S.
Yeah. But I told a bit about this list. So even the Dutch musician friends that I have, they usually don't know most of these songs, because it's really the obscurest of the obscure. And I put together the list a bit to impress my musician friends back then, because it was 2013. And but I stumbled upon this website called nederbeat.info.
Yep.
And it was like of a really obsessive record collector who probably is always on those record fairs, etc. And he put on, I think, about 500 singles, like in total 1,000 A and B sides. And I went through all of them within a year or so, and I picked about 100 of them, and I anti-socially ripped them by using Audacity and just recording the songs real time. And I always felt a bit guilty about it, but I thought, these songs have to be preserved in some way.
Yeah. Yep. Put them in a digital format. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 10 years later, I learned how to make playlists with YouTube, so I could find these tracks, most of them on YouTube, and I could create a playlist on them. And I always try to mention nederbeat.info, because after 5 years, it completely vanished, the whole website. So I can't find it anymore. And the story of the bands, if you want to hear a song first, we can also put it on. But the story behind those singles is that you would have in the 60s these talent shows in almost every village in Holland. If I hear stories of my dad, on a Saturday night, he would go on his moped together with his friends, and they would just drive all night and visiting all kinds of villages, like really small towns. And in every town, there would be a band playing, like a beat band. Wow. And there will be girls dancing, of course, etc. And they would get a bit more drunk every time and get on the moped again and see what the next village was about. That must be really, magical times.
Well, would one of those bands be called the Toreros?
I think the Toreros was a bit of a more commercial try, because the Hague as a town, they always managed to have a lot of money behind their music business. And they always wanted to concur with towns like Amsterdam or Rotterdam. So, or not concur, but compete. That's what I mean. So they put out bands, and they are all over the radio and TV, but their songs really suck. But they got so much money behind them that you always get to hear them, and then they win local awards, etc. And you think, like, I don't know any verse that I comes to my mind.
Well,
you know that.
Why don't we listen to one and judge it? Let's hear the Toreros. All right.
Yeah.
Last night, and I just stand but be the fool boy you're holding tight. You know, he's not the kind of guy you used to love. I guess you'll soon be crying like I did, and that's tough enough. But carry on, baby, till the day you find someone who's even worse than you. And then you'll have your turn, girl. You'll have to walk that terrible self-less blues. Say if you do, you know what I've had to bear. You know it ain't that easy to lose that dirty treble blues.
Yeah.
Bluesy.
And I just can't but pity the fool boy you're holding tight. You know he's not the kind of guy you used to love. I guess you'll soon be crying like I did.
Yeah, amazing.
Very garagey.
First thing I have to say, I was terribly wrong. This band was from Amsterdam. And the guitar player in this band and also the songwriter of this song is called Hans Hollestelle.
Yeah.
And you might know this name Hollestelle because I guess his younger brother David was the guitarist of Herman Brood and his Wild Romance. He was even had a #1 in the 70s in the States with the song Saturday Night. You know the guy, like he has black dyed hair. He's from Holland. Always wearing this white wife beater thing.
Probably seen a picture.
And he was
in
a speed junkie, and he looked and he sang like a speed junkie. But always with David Hollestelle in the band, the younger brother of this guy in the Toreros.
Now, I think of the Bay City Rollers when I think of Saturday Night, unfortunately.
Okay.
Was that song Taking the Blues, or was it Talking the Blues or Taking the Blues?
Talking.
It almost sounded like could have been like a Yardbirds almost, like a like a blues rock thing. Yeah.
But it's a lot more rough, I guess. And in Holland, you have this term steenkolen Engels, and that means like charcoal English, more or less, or more stone. What do you say when you have coal made out of stone instead of wood? Well, anyhow, but it means like they are singing English, but they have a pronunciation that is the sounds are derived from Dutch.
Okay.
So I'm really a sucker for that kind of English. And then sometimes there are words and expressions that they use that it's not possibly English, but I can really laugh about it. And to me, this guy really sounds like he is working in the port or the seaport or something. You know?
Yeah. But there's some really cool names. Like, for instance, there's a band called the Zips, Zipps.
Yeah. They are actually a bit known. And they used to be, before they were the Beat Town Skifflers, so it was a skiffle
I like
group.
that one too.
They were playing Rock Island Line, etc.
Right.
And then they turned into the Zips. They were from Dordrecht, which is a place under Rotterdam.
Well, you want to give the Zips a listen?
Sure. And to my big surprise, the song, which song you gonna play? Because there were two.
I'm not sure.
I got it. I think it's When You Tell It Well. I think.
Oh yeah, that was together with our famous LSD writer Simon Vinkenoog. They had a huge fair, the Fair of Communication in Amsterdam, and they got the job to write a specific single. So because the theme was communication, he's singing "When you tell it well."
Well, let's give it a listen.
Kind of, yeah.
Genius.
Very psychedelic.
I like that one a lot.
Psychedelic, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Very psychedelic.
Yeah.
This guy, it was a writer, Simon Vinkenoog, and he was really a promoter of marijuana and LSD and psychedelics and
my kind of guy.
Yeah,
I like him already.
There's also a group called the Fashions.
Oh yeah, I look it up in my notes what I could find about them. Yeah, there's also two songs of them on the playlist. There Goes My Baby and All Alone.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one this is. I chose one of them. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, let's listen.
I can understand.
I hear that's the mid '60s or something.
This is 67, and I have to finish my story about the village bands.
Yeah.
So what they would have was talent contests in those bands.
Yeah.
Mostly sponsored by the local washing machine shop. And the prize, the number one prize usually was to record one single, and maybe with
That's cool.
50 copies maximum. And those guys were 15, 16, 17 years old. So 1 year later, and they were still in high school. So 1 year later, they would be called for military service. And then afterwards get into family life or a job.
Right.
So those bands, they never lasted longer. That's really magical about it, because you've got this teenage angst,
Right,
at the peak of the angst.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
Yeah, they cut a single or two, and that's
Yeah.
it, right?
Just one mostly, because that they won the local contest. So that goes for the most obscure bands on here.
Wow.
Also, like, if you listen to the vocals, they sing in the English language very well.
But I can also hear by the words they choose that they just had 2 years of English in high school.
Wow.
So they make soon rhyme with moon, and that's all they can. Like.
Well, that's part of the charm of it, really.
But it's enough to impress the girls, I guess.
Sure. My son, he's almost 20, and certain bands like Golden Earring, the things he's heard on the radio, he thought they were American.
Yeah.
And like now, I heard the Scorpions "Rock You Like a Hurricane" this morning, and you can tell they're not they're German. You can tell it's like
like a hurricane.
Yeah, wrong.
But they are proud of it,
Oh, I think it's great. And plus, the guy's a great singer.
Yeah.
I really like it. But for instance, by then, the Golden Earring, I guess you're talking about Radar Love or When the Lady Smiles.
And when the bullet hits the bone.
By then in their career,
Twilight
Zone. So they were really big already in Holland, and it was their specific goal, I guess, to conquer the States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they did twice.
So
a
they
couple
really,
top 10 singles. Yeah,
they really tried to sound as American as possible, of course.
Were they around in that period too? I mean, so
they started out in 63, 64.
Okay, right. Well, that makes sense.
And they have really beatly songs. That's what they started out with.
Okay.
But it was always a project from The Hague, to impress and to put a lot of money behind it, and of course combine it with talent. Yeah.
Speaking of woman, who's Diana?
This song's been stuck in my head.
It's amazing. I looked it up, and this is she was from Breda. It's a town a bit in the south of Holland, known for its I don't know if it's not a good translation, but it's what we call carnival music. So it's like with the beat, like and then some corny lyric over it,
Well,
because it's once a year people get drunk for 3 days and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Let's see.
But,
Let's see.
This song is.
All right, Mark, go ahead. What about this song?
This song is produced by Pierre Gardner, who was later known as Vader Abraham in Dutch. And he wrote maybe you know it in the States, because it was an international hit, the Smurfs song. You never heard it? It's really widely known. And this girl is like singing really posh, kind of posh Dutch.
Yeah.
Which used to be the standard on TV and radio back then. And she's singing really a dry lyric about the youth and what they do, because Kelder is cellar. So they used to have these parties in cellars with dancing all night and maybe kissing a guy, It's like a bit corny.
That's called
nerdy
First
girl.
Base.
Yeah.
Well, let's see where it goes.
Kelders vol met beatmuziek, beelden sprongen vol ritmiek. Tijdloos gaat de tijd voorbij. neonlicht verkleurde nacht en hem fluistert tot haar heel zacht. Ik heb op dit moment gewacht. Neonlicht verkleurde nacht en hem fluistert tot haar heel zacht. Ik heb op dit moment gewacht. Muren kaatsen beat
It does sound very television-like.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
sure.
does. Yeah, it
Pretty
always
damn
also
catchy, though.
reminds. It also reminds me of the French beat music, which is also a lot with orchestras, etc. And this is 1966, 67, so they're a bit late, slow on the uptake, so to say, because this is more like 1960, almost like 1950s kind of music. But then the chord changes are kind of psychedelic, I guess. So
Yeah, there's an odd band called Jazzy Mo and the Fire Devils.
yeah,
Am I pronouncing that properly?
I guess so, or AMO, because I looked it up. This is 1964, and you can really hear the Shadows influence, like the guitar, the solo guitar is more or less the
Really? Like
like Peter Gunn. I guess it was a song by Dwayne Eddy or something.
Yeah, or like Hank Marvin, right?
Hank Marvin was almost the first guy in the UK and probably in all of Europe to own a Fender Stratocaster.
Yeah.
And that's why he had his unique sound. And everybody wanted to copy it. But these guys have a Surinamese frontman, the Fire Devils.
Really?
So from Suriname, which is, it's next to Brazil and French Guinea. And this used to be a Dutch colony on paper till 1975. So...
well, let's hear what they sound like.
That's probably
Oh, yeah, I get you, yep.
The Blues Brothers, The guy making the jungle sounds.
B-52 is Yoko Ono.
Yeah, that's where she got it from. It is Yoko. I never made that connection.
Best version I've ever heard.
You said that might have been 1964?
63? 4?
64, yeah.
Wow.
That's wild. That's very wild.
Yeah.
Mark, have you ever heard of the band Monks?
The Monks
They
from
American. They're American servicemen, and they were stationed in Germany in the early to mid '60s.
They were dressed as monks and going for the bold hair on top and all.
Right. Something like, because that band kind of reminded me of them in a sense where that's pretty far-reaching for that period of time, and they were the same way. The monks, not the monks; they were just called monks.
It's a very atmospheric treatment of the song compared to the original, and all the covers. It's not very in your face. It's almost like a soundtrack you could see in the movie.
For sure, and that's why it never became popular, of course, and remained obscure because they were maybe 10 years ahead or something.
Barry Webb. Is Barry Webb a man or a woman?
I guess I always assumed it was a man, and he sings together with OPMC was the band, and that I think it is just original professional music company. It's an abbreviation of. But this guy, I guess Barry Webb, is a Scottish singer, actually.
Okay.
And this song is already 1970, and that was kind of my my limit for looking for singles, because from 1970 on it becomes more and more prog rock and more.
Yeah.
This is, to me, for this single, it sounds more like it was like some kind of theater group or almost a musical song.
It's called Live for Tomorrow.
Yeah. With a very weird outro.
Well, let's give it a listen.
Yeah.
One day she said, I'm gonna be a star for sure. She read my name in lights across the street. It happened and the things become dreadful more. Each day I say hello to people I should meet. Live for tomorrow, live for tomorrow, live for tomorrow, not today. Begin again and live it from the very start. Forget about those things that I've not done. Coming home to say, Harry Jones and vagabonds have lost his down the way. Harry Jones and vagabonds are working on the bonds. Harry Jones and vagabonds with flowers on the lawn. Hey, Harry Jones and vagabonds.
Yeah, he sounds like a Scotsman.
Here comes some vagabonds.
Did that jump in like that, or did you fast forward? Or did that part come in like that?
Well, it switches from there, but I did fast forward. But it does.
Oh,
It
okay.
goes
'cause
from
I-
one
I
song
was
to
thinking-
the thing at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking,
And now
I'm pretty
understanding
sure would
is
not
that-
let that jump happen like that.
No,
Of course not. I
should
jumped.
never
it,
have
Lou.
happened. But now I get it, that this outro song is, of course, probably a Scottish original, that he just inserted,
Yeah. Yep.
being from Scotland.
So how does that make hit that style nederbeat?
Because probably the guys in the band are from previous nederbeats bands, and the way the song starts reminds me a bit of mid-60s West Coast bands, maybe.
I like the bass line.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
It's
Kind of
I listened
beatly.
to
great
the
chorus
recording-
too, by the way. Live for tomorrow.
With the girls coming in,
Yeah.
joining in.
And a very unadorned drum sound too. Like, when he doesn't hit a tom tom much, but he did a little fill where that's what a drum sounds like. A lot. It's just this pre-enhancement. It's just the way that kit sounded. It's pretty cool.
These really hollow toms. Where
Yeah,
they
they're
never
very,
put
they're very ringy. That's what a.
Yeah, ringing.
But it
yeah,
does
that's
sound
the
like
word.
1970.
It doesn't.
No. But yeah, I know what you mean, because Holland was almost 10 years behind also with Flower Power, etc. Because we have actually a very conservative Christian country,
Yeah.
also when you look like politics and all that stuff. So the top of people dressing in flower clothes, etc., was around 1975 or so.
A few
So
years
I
after
can
the
imagine-
US, yeah.
I can imagine that to your ears, this band sounds like a band from 1965 or something. But for us,
Yep.
it was then 1970
We
that
have
they
Staten
came with
Island.
that sound.
We have Staten Island. I call it the land that time forgot.
Well, I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
There's a borough of New York City I used to call it the
Oh.
land that time forgot. Like it hasn't caught up to 20 years behind or whatever. Like it's
Oh,
still,
that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Because Zealand, the whole province where I'm from, is, I always say jokingly, that it's 30 years behind. So I was brought up in the 80s, but actually in the 50s, really strange when you move to Amsterdam. Then it's kind of a culture shock. So
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a song. There's a group called the Bumblebees, and I really like this song. It's called
Yeah,
"Girl of
the
My
Bumblebees.
Mind."
They're amazing. Also, the A side is amazing. But we have one really good sampler with Dutch nederbeat songs. It's called Water Pipes and Dikes with a Y. And these contain really, really good bands. But I intentionally left them out of the playlist because in Holland, most everybody knows this compilation. It contains about 20 songs.
Yeah.
So, but this is the B-side of their song. Maybe someday you should check it out. It's really beautiful. And this is the B-side, which I thought is almost as
And
good.
it's "Girl of My Kind."
Yeah, Girl of My
I
Kind.
really like this song.
I looked at her, she looked at me. I looked the other way, thinking what I might have to say to her. I smiled to her, she smiled to me. I asked for a dance and said, baby, can I hold your hand? Please do. I met a girl, I met a girl, I met a girl of my kind, oh my kind, oh my kind. I talked to her, she talked to me. After some time I said, baby, can I take you home to She looked at me, I looked at her. She looked the other way, thinking she might have to say this time. I met a girl, I met a girl, I met a girl of my kind, oh my kind, oh my kind. She looked around, telling me then I can stand the people inside, 'cause I would like to go
What would be that guitar instrument?
On the Philips label too, major
Yeah.
label.
Philips, they are the inventors of the CD, actually.
Yeah.
They had a huge factory, first in light bulbs, and then. But anyway, did you guys hear or could make out what kind of instrument that was that's doing the banjo-y or mandolin kind of sound? That whole song through, like.
Yeah, I heard that. What is
Who
that?
can play that? You know, it's crazy.
But I like the drums. I like the bass. I just like everything.
This is. I have an interesting backstory to this one because. Do you know, guys? This is a very tiny trivia question. Do you know, guys, know the name of the singer of the Shocking Blue?
Yeah, Marika.
Almost.
Marika. Yeah, can't think of it at the moment, but
I can't remember.
I've read
you
it
only know her
100
picture,
times.
right?
Yeah. Oh, her name is
You just know
Donica.
her
I don't
picture.
know. What is it?
No. It's Mariska.
Yeah, Mariska. Yeah.
Veres. Veres. And the joke is the band she was in before Shocking Blue was called Mariska Veres and the Bumblebees.
Ah,
so
really?
this was her backing band, actually.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Wow, interesting.
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
From
cool.
The Hague as well. And they went on, with a new singer or whatever,
Mhm.
because this song is from, where is it? Oh, it doesn't say.
Sounds
I'm
like
sorry.
the mid '60s.
Yeah, must be. Yeah.
Yeah, Bumblebee.
Did they write that song about her?
Oh, That could be possible. Yeah, why not? Why not? A girl of my kind.
And the next two bands, one of them's called Blue Rhythm Beat, and the other one's called
Yeah.
Blues Group 5. It just happened to fall into that rhythm there.
Both from Amsterdam, and with the blue beat rhythm, I guess was the name.
Yeah.
And you can hear really that they didn't pick up on the Beatles breakthrough yet, because whenever as soon as the Beatles came out and became popular, it was over with all the instrumental Shadows bands, because everybody wanted to imitate them, and the Stones, of course, a bit later. But yeah, nobody wanted to hear those instrumental guitar bands.
Is this the
anymore.
one that sounds a little bit like This Boy or something? Or like, I'm not sure.
Oh, could be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see.
This is 1964.
Okay. Wow.
Like it.
This is gonna be a real cool solo. Pentatonic scale. Here it comes.
Yep. Bending, yeah.
It's like Jeff Beck.
I can see a room full of people dancing to that.
Sure.
Tall glasses of drinks in their hands.
Yeah, I think it's such a dry approach, this, that I always thought it always makes me laugh, this tune, because I was used to think like you get one chance to record a 45. You're a solo player, and this is your choice of
Good
notes,
shot.
you know.
It sounded like
it's
Jeff.
interesting
Something Jeff.
sound.
It sounded
Sorry?
like something Jeff Beck would have played. It's got that Jeff Beck style in the
But it's so
60s that he
stripped
had.
down.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
only the notes that matter, you know, like Peter Green plays. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
guitar players.
Great guitarist.
It almost had a Hawaiian sound to it to me.
Yeah, as well, yeah.
And a crappy,
So,
I like the crappy drum sound too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Well,
standard.
it sounds like it had a microphone or two over the drums,
dangling above
just
the
from
ride
above, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe a
you're
little too
right.
far over the ride cymbal, but that's okay.
and it's probably recorded in a studio where they didn't know at all about guitar bands or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
producer who
Right.
thought like, yeah, whatever, I'm just doing my basic settings and it'll work.
And all recorded together, one shot. You know.
Probably,
Yep.
yeah. There's not
Yep.
not more takes
Yeah.
involved, I guess.
Yep.
And so the next band, if you were planning to play it,
Blues
is
Group
Blues,
5. Yeah.
Blues Group 5. They are playing here a Ray Charles cover. But on the other hand, baby, it's originally Ray Charles. And this is from 67, so I think this version sounds way more smoky, like they're all into hash
It is
smoking. or
very
whatever.
blue.
I like it
Yeah,
already.
it's very and nice and slow. And, Let's see.
You know I'm hooked for your mama. That's why you're slinging your weights around. You know I'm hooked for your mama. That's why you're slinging your weights around. But as long as you love the big job again, look good, I'll never put you down. You're older when I leave for work.
I better jump ahead because that's the big label, CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, CBS Records.
But
wow.
great
Big
keyboard
that organ.
sound.
It's amazing because one of you guys don't like organs as much, right? That much in songs.
I
do.
love
I do.
organs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know the keyboard organs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm joking.
You made me
don't
say it,
Crazy
Mark.
about organs, man.
Mark, you made me say it. Now you're going to kick an audio clip. I like organs.
only large organs. Only large organs on the Music Relish.
Crazy about them. Can't have enough of them.
This guy Mark's a
Yeah.
sassy one, isn't he?
I'm sorry. I'm
No
just
apologies.
happy as a young puppy, you know, to be in this podcast.
This is a
Makes my day.
Well, this is only part one, by the way. You know, there'll be a part two also, Mark. You know,
Already there's gonna be a
there's
sequel.
only 100 songs you said. I mean, that's a lot of territory to cover.
but
Oh, you put me to
I would
work.
say
Yeah.
personally, my personal musical taste, this is right up my alley. I love old garage rock and that
yeah,
psychedelic garage is kind of, you know, it's on you. These people just thinking on it. They were thinking on a different
Well,
way. a
well,
different
Lou, I
plane.
had
Yeah.
said to Mark the other day that Lou and I used to listen to an old radio show called it was called Teenage Wasteland, and it played
Bill
these kind
Buchanan.
of songs, obscure 45s and garage and psychedelia,
You were-
whatever you want to call it.
we were playing
Yeah,
on
I
that
also
show.
listened to a lot of American garage rock.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of my favorite compilations would be the Green Crystal Ties.
Mm-hmm.
But they have like about 30 or 40 different CDs. And as well as an overdose of heavy psych. And I always compared British psychedelic garage music to American. And one thing that always really is clear to me that the Americans are way more aggressive. I guess because of the military base of the whole school system,
We like
etc.
blowing shit. We like blowing shit up. Yeah.
They are really more, but the teenagers, you know, they got a lot more angst to put out of throw out of themselves. Where the British are very dreamy and almost medieval sometimes, you know, they are in a whole different world actually.
Right.
And then the Dutch
Richard
is a
Blackmore
bit,
from Deep Purple is into
yeah,
heavy metal, hard rock to, you know,
yeah.
what
But,
Mark calls Renaissance
and then
festival music.
the Dutch are a bit in between, I guess. They got influenced, of course, by the British, but it's by the Americans as well.
Well, to me, that's a great
And,
thing because the fact that you can see everybody's wearing their influence on their sleeve, and that's a great thing. You know? You can,
Yeah. For sure. But also, I'm thinking about it in America, it goes up to bands like Nirvana or Slipknot or whatever, that there is always a lot of anger that has to come out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me as an outsider can feel that or something.
Now here's the name of a group that Mark Smith probably likes, the Goblins.
Yeah, this is the band I spoke of before, that they the Indonesian guys who had to put two white guys on the cover in order to get their single in the shops.
And I'm not sure what
Interesting.
song it is, but
We Like the Rain.
We Like the
It's-
Rain.
Oh,
It's
yeah, yep.
amazing.
let's see.
The leaves are falling down, it's dark in town. People hurry home. Children gonna cry, rabbit gonna die. No more place to go. For the rain comes and the wind blows so hard. The rain comes and the wind blows so hard. We stay here, we don't hide. We stay here, you on my side. We like the rain, we like the rain. The birds ain't gonna sing, the joy they bring has gone all away. Everything's going well, it all seems so sad, but we still want to stay. For the rain comes and the wind blows so hard, the rain comes and the wind blows so hard. We stay here, we don't hide, we stay here, you on my side, we like the rain, we like the rain.
Double tempo.
The leaves are falling down, it's dark in town. We like the rain.
I don't know if that's a Farfisa or whatever kind of organ it is. Sounds really cool.
I was
Yeah, it's
thinking
a-
it almost sounds Garth Hudson like almost, you know.
Really?
I don't know that guy. No.
Garth Hudson, who's keyboardist of the band.
Oh, the band.
Yeah.
I know the band and the basement tapes. Yeah.
Yes, sure,
I hear
sure.
the sound. I recognize it.
That's this stuff makes me happy. I don't know. I think I was born at the wrong time. I would have loved to have been in a band like
just
that.
just in the right times, because now you're able to hear all those
Yeah,
songs.
and-
Yeah.
You couldn't back then.
Oh no,
They're all-
I was just thinking
It's so
while the song
local.
was playing. I said, international music. You didn't unless it got played on the radio. Someone had to bring it to you, or like how
yeah,
how the
something
European
like
bands
that.
heard the American R&B and stuff like that, and through importing. But
I remember when I was a teenager, if you wanted to hear what was going on in England, I went to a store called Things from England, and I had to buy them on import. Now you just go on the internet, but I'd buy these albums for
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
These are great times for music lovers. You can
Yeah,
go
sure.
way back, and every day new stuff comes out on YouTube or
Yeah.
the underground bands. They keep coming, they're popping up like flowers, and
And with technology, you can put all these songs on a thumb drive if you want,
yeah.
right?
and with
And,
my new AI album, I didn't write anything.
No, of
We're
course
waiting
not.
for that.
AI
We're
wrote
waiting
it.
for that. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I know.
But it's debatable if you can still call it music then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or do you just call it sound, like Taylor Swift songs? For
Mechanical
instance,
sounds.
I
Mechanical
call it
sounds.
sound more,
Yeah. Yep.
because my definition of music is sound that you can apply an emotion to, and I can combine any emotion with the top 40 stuff. So then it's not music to me.
Yeah.
No.
But by the way, on this vinyl cover that we just played, the 7-inch, you can see like the two guys on the left are Indonesian, but they are all widened out by the flash of the photograph.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask that. Yeah.
Maybe
That's
why-
how they solved it.
That's why maybe it made that comment. I thought I read something where they whitened people,
Yeah.
so
Well,
to
they
speak.
could widen it afterwards with photo.
Yeah.
How do you
Or
call
flood
it?
it with a flash and everything get.
When I said whiting, I held up quotation marks, but you cannot see that.
No, but I
You can
got
feel
it.
it. You can sense it.
Yeah,
there's a group called the Want Group.
yeah. And this is really funny too, because want is also in Dutch. It means glove, like winter glove, and then
Really?
especially the knitted one. So that's also already a joke in
I get it.
the band title, band name.
Uh-huh.
And this is kind of, I thought, a bit of a naughty song. It's from 1967, and I'm curious to what you guys hear, what they sing in the first line.
Okay, all right, let's hear.
Okay.
Don't you always think, don't you always love it, don't you always scream, don't you always feel it, you glory lovely girl, glory lovely girl. Need me and I need you, my heart is running too, I get some happy feelings, I need you changing forms, you glory lovely girl, glory lovely girl. Once promise me you'll show your funny face, your friends see nightclub, dressing in midnight shirt. Once promise me you show your funny face, your friends tonight club, dressing in midnight show. And I knew my heart was ready to. I so happy feelings. I knew you gentle wrongs. Glory of the girl. Glory of the girl.
I like the fact that it has like a little ethnic part in there or something.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It reminds me actually of the Blue Cheer with Summertime Blues.
Yeah.
It goes all over the place.
And
And
a
it,
little bit of who thrown in there. A little Keith Moon influence on the drums there.
yeah, and it really sounds like proto-punk to me. But
The
I
fir-
think, sorry,
the first line you were asking about, it sounded
Yeah.
like saying we all stink. We all
I
couldn't-
think that, yeah, I think myself, they sing Don't You All Stink?
Don't you all stink? That's yeah.
And it's about the girls, you know. So this is a guy who completely had it with the girls already on his young age.
Right,
And
right.
he's just singing like, you are lying, you are screaming, don't you all scream? And he's
But-
totally had it.
Also, I think back then, like using what this stinks. That became this sucks.
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
can
yeah,
even say
yeah.
it on American television. This sucks.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
so-
I'm
yeah.
afraid he means it literally.
I was wondering.
Like, don't you all smell, you know?
Right.
I'm afraid he does.
Well, the B side looked intriguing. Bodily defects.
Yeah. That's also so
I like that.
funny.
I like to hear that one.
Yeah, I don't know that song. We should look it up
Yeah.
sometime.
Who are Group Reza?
It's grope.
They are from The Hague as well, or a town near The Hague, Bilthoven. And there's also 2 songs of the same single on this playlist.
This one might
So
be
I'm
It's
curious.
a Shame. I think this is It's
yeah,
a Shame.
It's a shame. It's amazing. This voice of this guy, yeah, he must have smoked a lot as well, I guess.
I like them already.
Yeah. Let's see. Wow.
I like this.
Like a 12 track.
Is our aim. No, it can never be the same. I want to blame It's like me you're on, babe. It's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame. Every time I hear
And
your
very,
name,
I like that. Very ethnic in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a stringed
guitar,
instrument.
the guitar almost sounds a little Middle Eastern twang to it. It sounds like a 12
It
string.
did to me too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like an electric mandolin or something.
Yeah.
No, the graphic looked like there was 12 strings on that cartoon guitar anyway. The cover.
Okay.
Now, this next group, the Swift Electrics, Mark Smith and I had a discussion about this because of the title of the song.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's about a cat. Now, come on.
Well, it's amazing that probably they meant "come on, pussy,"
Yeah.
but
Right.
of course they didn't know the difference, and it's about, because this is a song that I also cover with my psychedelic blues trio
Cool.
called Lowly Dog with a W, and it's from 1965 from Bilthoven, which is a central small town where the Dutch Weather Institute is nearby. But that's a side remark. But this common pussy, it's about, he calls his girlfriend Pussy. It's like a nickname, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
With no intention. I don't even think that he knows the several meanings
Right.
of the word pussy.
Nor should he concern himself with it, right?
And he starts the line of the or the song with "Come on, pussy, my name is Jerry, let's drink." And it ends, but first you have to put some sugar in my gin. So I really like the song.
Well, I like it too.
And it sounds a bit like Jet Fair and Yola Tango to me.
Oh.
It does.
Well, come on, Boozy, my name is Jerry, let's drink.
Bobby Gentry.
Well, come on, Susie, take your sherry and let's drink.
Let's drink.
But first of all, put some sugar in my gin. But first of all, put some sugar in my gin. Come on, I need ya today and tonight. Come on, I need ya. Hear me say. Come on, Pussy. Your sorrow, troubles, and difficulties have been drowned in a large, large river. And Jetty are swimming to thee, honey. But if we stood on the beach this day, we could see them paddling by while they're going to the bottom of the ocean. So let's drink till tomorrow morning. There'll be no devil but you, Pussy.
I like the low tone rhythm guitar, and I like the slide also.
And yeah, the slide seems to imitate a cat, you know, which is
Yeah,
in Dutch.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That was
In Dutch,
hysterical.
it is a poes. You know, that's the name for for cat. A female cat in Holland is called
What's new,
poes. Like,
pussycat?
yeah, exactly.
That was fun. I said the guitar player, was making that guitar sound like a cat.
Yeah,
It's almost like the Velvet Underground with like Bobby Gentry and other things thrown in there. It's kind
it's amazing.
of
They almost couldn't have heard the Velvet Underground back then because I think they became popular in the 70s or so, especially in Holland. And this is 1965, by the way.
nice.
But
And that's about when
we
the Velvet
played this-
Underground were happening in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was-
just
and that
started
period was
out.
the music was so odd, it was just, I mean, it's underground music really, but they have that going back that far, To them
Yes.
it was original because their templates to compare to weren't that far in the past, the 50s rock
Yeah.
to the 60s rock. So these guys were, they're carving some really new territory, really.
Do you mean the Velvet Underground
I mean,
now?
like,
Or
all this whole genre of music.
oh, for sure, yeah. Just I think because of they lacked so much knowledge about music that it's all very improvisational.
Mhm.
And one thing I know is that in the south of Holland you could receive Radio Luxembourg.
Oh, right.
They were stationed in Luxembourg, and it was a radio station especially for the American soldiers
Yes.
who were stationed over there. And they had the strongest broadcast crystal
hmm
and the biggest antenna. So
Yeah.
pop music and popular music, they tried always to ban from the Dutch as well as the British radio, the BBC, etc. They were really late on taking up. But in Holland you could receive Radio Luxembourg, and they played all the cool songs for the British soldiers, the American soldiers.
Yeah, they had the
And then
quartz
we had-
crystal for the radio, right?
Yeah. How cool is
Yeah,
that?
the quartz, and then there's this another phenomenon, the pirate stations, who would have boats in the North Sea, just outside of the country's territory, but still strong, close enough to be sending to the teenagers in on land. And Holland used to have, like the British used to have Radio Caroline. So they were just across the territory in the Dutch sea territory, and the Dutch would have Radio Veronica, and they were that's pirate radio as they call it.
We had it, here in the States too. Broadcasting
really?
from Mexico. I mean, Wolfman Jack. We had a in the 70s. There was a rock program, late night rock show, would show bands and concerts. Wolfman Jack was the host. He was the DJ, but he was one of our pirate radio guys. Getting the music to places where you couldn't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
where
maybe internet.
politicians try to keep it away and still manage to reach the teenagers.
Oh yeah.
But
Start a fire.
yeah, and have you heard? Have you listened specifically to the drummer on this track?
The last one. Yeah.
Yeah, Come On Pussy.
Yeah.
Because to me, like I brought this song into our band, and I gave instruction to the drummer because he's usually really wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, no,
Lay
this
back.
song you gotta play
Lay it back. Yeah.
as if you just play the drums for 2 weeks, like the breaks as well. It's
Yeah,
completely stupid, but so beautiful. Yeah.
sometimes that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
There's a group called
And sometimes you-
Pennywise,
Yeah,
and the
Pennywise.
song's called Silver Girl.
Yeah, that's such an amazing song. It is still a hit in Italy with teenagers and
Really?
kids in their 20s.
Interesting.
Wow.
Wonder why?
Never was a hit in Holland.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh?
this is from July 67, by the way.
Let's see.
Silver girls like you, they're all night. Silver girls like girls like you, they're all like mine. Silver girls like you, they're all like mine. Silver girls with silver wings, with memory and silver streams, and coding in my silver dreams. Say yes. Marry me, oh 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 marry me. Silver girls like you, they're all like mine.
Once again, great bass playing. Great bass playing.
I love about the stuff. There's so much ride cymbal. I think in a lot of today's pop music, it's hard to tell what you hear the main drums, but the cymbal work is kind of gets lost in production. But just using that cymbal a lot. It's just I've had people tell me in my musical life here, like, don't play any ride cymbal. Like, just use the hi-hat all the time. I mean, it's very important. A lot of rock music and pop music does, but it's just such a great sounding. It adds so much feel and it fills up sound.
Yeah, me, I'm the other way around. My ears are too sensitive actually for hi-hat sound. So I always tell the drummer to play the ride because I like it a lot more.
There you go. Yeah.
But then I also like the approach of Maureen Tucker, just no cymbals at all, just playing African style drums. Actually,
when you hit a cymbal, you use a tom tom or the bass drum.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it also works.
Mm-hmm.
But this song, what do you guys think? It's.
I think to me, it's one of the most commercial songs in this list. Like, I can see why it was a hit and still is. I'm surprised this group didn't do more.
It wasn't a hit in Holland or anything.
Sounds like it could have been played at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1957.
Early REM too, in a lot of ways.
Oh wow! I don't know enough early REM albums. I know you guys are crazy about it.
Yeah,
they got me into them, Mark.
More like some of the outtakes they would do.
Yeah,
it's also a generation thing. I'm a bit younger, I guess. So, and REM only broke through with "Losing My Religion" over here.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't know any REM before in Holland.
Wow,
that song got played to death here.
I'm
everywhere
also
else.
sick of
it's a great
it.
song, but after a while, it's one of those things you're like.
It's too much, MTV came here in around 1990 or something, and this was one of the first MTV hits.
Yeah.
So watching MTV Europe was the only thing you did, as a teenager in Holland. So
MTV Europe, did it go same programming, or was it like an MTV just became nothing but?
No, we had broadcasters from England and from Germany. It was stationed in England, I guess. So you had these really cool British announcers, and no, we never copied. Well, we had Headbangers Ball. That came from the States, I guess.
Sorry, Mark.
Oh, my favorite show.
No, it's great. Yeah. 120 Minutes was really cool. That's how I got to know Sonic Youth and Devo and all those kind of bands. It's 120 Minutes. And you had this crazy writer / poet always smoking cigarettes and then
Dennis Leary.
Yeah. Amazing guy. I could really laugh about it. And that's how I got to know Beavis and Butthead as well. And I laughed so much.
Oh, see, it's worldwide.
And I would be watching that at home, and my dad would be reading the newspaper in the back of the room. And then after 10 minutes, he said, like, Mark, can you please shut this off? He got crazy about that laughing and giggling.
That's what my dad said, too. That's funny.
They can't handle it.
So, Mark, I'm going to make a recommendation to you because I wasn't the biggest REM fan until Lou and Perry started really talking about him with me.
Mhm.
If you do ever want to do a deep dive, the first 3 albums start with their first 2 or 3 albums. It's totally different than Losing My Religion, totally. And I think you'll get it. You'll dig it. You'll like it.
Yeah, they really came from is it what you can call a bit American new wave or something? Or how would you call that style?
As far as a category, I don't know.
It's hard to categorize
Yeah.
it.
They're on their own, more
Yeah,
or less.
yeah.
Where did they come from, actually? I forgot. What town or region?
Oh, technically, they from Athens, Georgia. They say, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Athens, yeah. And he was also good friends with Kurt Cobain, I heard.
Very
Yeah.
different.
And they
Yep.
were recording stuff together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks to Losing My Religion, I also got a bit sensitive to his voice of Michael Stipe.
Yeah.
I can't always handle it, just like Radiohead, you know. It's a
Yeah.
bit too much sometimes.
Yeah, after hearing that song 1,000 times, I could see. Yeah.
When I listen to that kind of voices too much, I can't get out of bed anymore.
Yeah.
I get too depressed, you know. It's too heavy
It
on me.
weighs you down. I know.
And
What
then
about-
you
what
talk
about
to
shiny,
some
happy
girls
people?
about it. You talk to some girls about it, and they say, "Oh, that's strange. It always makes me really happy to hear that kind of voices." You know, I can't get it. Like as if they're always crying or something. But then there's this song like "Shiny Happy People." It's
That just
totally
makes
the other way around. But
Well, Dennis Leary did a little riff on that. Where he goes, "You got your shiny people here, you got your happy people over here."
they don't go together. I gotta check that guy out again because as a teenager I only understood half of it what he was saying, of course.
Wait,
Talked
he
very
had the asshole song. I'm an asshole.
Oh, wow.
You're an asshole. They're an asshole.
Stuff that you can't do anymore these days, you know.
No.
Back to Victorian times around.
It's so true. I call people like the morality police. Here, I'll say something at work that's really pretty benign. Like, you can't say that. I'm like, well, I just did. And
I saw
can.
I saw a graffiti here in Amsterdam. It is kind of a harsh remark, but it says like the woke movement is the new Hitler Jugend.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting to get a perspective from another country, you know, or
because people are sick of it, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. So yeah, let's get it over.
Is it
with.
all
But,
a fairy tale? Like there's a group called Fairy Tale?
yeah, it's all a fairy tale, I'm afraid.
It's a reason.
This is also a kind of song. It's from 1970, and it also sounds to me more like a musical song, but it goes all the way as well. And when the female comes in, it's as if a goddess starts talking to you, just like Mariska Veres's voice sometimes. When it's late at night, I used to be like drinking and smoking joints with a friend, a music lover.
Mhm.
And he was always playing vinyls, you know, at home. But then at the end of the night, he would start playing Shocking Blue. And I couldn't handle it, you know.
Yeah.
I would say like anything but Shocking Blue at this point. It's too much. My head explodes, you know, because his voice grabs me in the neck, you know. And I'm wasted after that. I gotta just be flat on the couch and the night is over, you know.
Well, Fairy Tale has a song called A Reason to Stay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow. Frog, Mark.
Deep Purple sounding.
Procol Harum. Not anymore.
Nice chords.
Some sort of free body or something.
Ooh, I love that chord.
Yeah, I like those augmented, diminished chords. Yeah.
It's the devil's chord.
Someone who studied music must have written it. Okay, here she comes.
Oh, I like that song.
Wow. Interesting.
And it even progresses where she starts shouting even higher later on. I can't believe
to
it
hear that.
really. This kind of stuff exists.
It's a jarring chord in there. It's an evil sounding chord. I love it, and the organ isn't totally distorted like a John Lord or a Keith Emerson. It's a little more traditional sounding.
Probably a church organ from somewhere.
Yeah,
Sounds like it. Yep.
Yeah.
I like the mixes thing. The last couple songs that featured keyboard, the keyboard's mixed way up. You know, drums are down. It's
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mark.
I wonder what they mixed it for, because I went into the Beatles a lot because I was indoctrinated by Beatles music even before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to play so much Beatles. And at some point I went into the production by George Martin and the gear that they were actually mixing down for. So I was checking out what was the most popular record player in 1965, and that's the Philips Dansette. That's like this suitcase player on for
a portable turntable. More like
with a built-in speaker.
Right.
Yep.
So at some point I found one. So now I thought I can play these original vinyls properly, because that's what they mixed it down for.
Right. And car radios, the car radios of the day. That's things they
for
took
radio,
into consideration
for radio as well. Yeah, of course. So, but anyhow, I wonder when you say that about the mix and the specific different volumes, what they were mixing it down for. Probably for radio in the first place. Not quite sure.
AM radio, depending upon the year.
That
song. I guess so.
That song we just heard sounds like they wanted like people with big stereos to hear it to me. That, remember the big old speakers on the stereos?
Sure.
That must have sounded amazing,
Yeah, to me, the peak in audio technology was around 1968, when they had the technology perfected and had found the perfect materials to use.
Yeah.
And after that, you got your quadraphonic sound, etc. And then, of course, eventually the invention of the CD. But then it becomes all commercial because, we went back to vinyl again now.
Right.
And then came digital, which is even less in sound quality and sound range as well.
Yeah.
So to me, the peak is really what you say, those huge speakers and the really solid.
And also, around that time, they started recording in 8 tracks as opposed to 4.
Yeah.
Do you guys have experience with those huge tape players, those spool?
I had a few reel-to-reels in my day. Yeah.
Reel-to-reel.
Yeah.
I got a few of Perry's in my closet here.
Because there are guys who say it's even better than vinyl, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They stick to that.
Yeah, when you play reel to reel, that's used in a studio. So when I used to work in CD and cassette production, we would get a quarter inch.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. So my job was to prepare a production master, and we would get it on quarter-inch tape. It's tons better.
Because that's the step before vinyl, of course.
Yeah.
There's more information on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have experience with it because I always saw it as a bit too complicated, and I thought I would mix up the tape and it would be one giant mess in my room.
Oh, I've done that many times, trust me.
Yeah.
With other people's masters.
Of course, never with your own.
Perry and I, we did analog recording up until the mid-'90s. But in late 90s, my other band did a 8-track recording. It was a studio in New Jersey that had an 8-track board, an old SEC mixing board, but it was old tape. But but their thing was 8 tracks. So even that was limiting at the time.
Yeah, I used to
now,
have a 4-track cassette recorder.
Oh yeah,
Yamaha MT50.
Okay.
And I totally played that thing to death and recorded that thing to death. I could use it from 98 till about 2010. But then all the tracks were leaking, and but I really recorded so much with that because it was before internet, and as a student I didn't want to have a TV, so every night when I did my homework I thought like, what I'm gonna do now, well, let's record a song. So
that's great. Yep.
I would do that all the time.
I had a Tascam, the old Tascam 4-track, and I did probably about 20 songs by myself where I'd record the drums first, humming it in my head, and then add things. But using 4 tracks, you just do these reduction mixes. So, I mean, I think I got up like almost 10 instruments on a final 4-track recording, but just cramming it in there and just
a lot of hiss, I guess.
Yeah,
a lot
sure.
Of hiss.
Yeah. But overall,
I always say hiss is bliss.
Ignorance is not hiss.
No, it's mine. It's not his.
Mark, is there a group called NV Group or NV? How do you pronounce that?
Yeah. So NV means it's like a title you can give to a firm when you start a firm.
Yeah.
And it's called Nijverheidsvereniging. Like it's more like a. No, I can't. I'm too tired. Getting tired now. But actually, this is debatably my favorite Dutch group of all time. They are from Amsterdam North, and they got such a wicked story because the main singer was the first guy who had really long hair in Amsterdam. And he would walk bare feet through Amsterdam, and everyone called him Jesus. And but way back, because this, I don't know what you're gonna play, which song.
I don't know either, but we're gonna find out.
I think it's called. Forgive me, Dank zij de Heer.
Yeah, dankzij de Heer means thanks to the Lord.
Huh.
And this guy,
Jesus.
he was really into Christianity as well as in smoking marijuana.
Well, we don't have to play it.
I like him already.
And it came on the radio, this single, but it was banned immediately because everybody thought they were joking.
Really?
They were joking with Christianity,
Right.
but this guy was serious,
Wow.
But they got banned anyway.
Extremely misunderstood.
All right. Well, let's see.
Completely.
Let's see if it's all true. Wow. Is that his mantra? I like this.
Sort of.
Wow.
That's dreamy.
And very
Lo-fi.
serious, it sounds to me. Like
Yeah.
you're not joking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I didn't get that when I first heard it, but now that you mention it, seems quite
It's a
serious.
very low,
Yeah.
lo-fi. There's not a whole lot of high end in that mix. It's very
Again,
low.
a low-toned rhythm guitar. Yep.
Yeah. I like it.
And the choral singing is also amazing. Like it's 3 or 4 voices at the same time. Like it sounds like to me it's really orchestrated and written out, or they must have spent all night to get it right or something.
Yeah.
It's a vocal darrangement. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like improvised, but very, very dreamy.
Yeah.
Though.
So
The ride cymbal.
this guy also he flipped out at some point, or so they say, and he went back living with his mom and just reading the Bible all day. That's all he did.
Mm.
And I don't know how it went in the States, but once marijuana was found out by the white community, and also when acid came around, the guys taking it were really anti-alcohol. They saw it like as a 1950s stuff that their dads used and became aggressive on, and
Okay.
so they wouldn't drink at all anymore.
It's kind of like that now here.
Just like the Beatles as well, when they discovered it, they got their first joint from Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
They say, and then they were like, "I'm not gonna drink anymore. I don't want to have
it was Scotch and Coke before that. That's how they got their buzz and speed.
Yeah.
Those
they
pep
did.
pills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, there's a song by Deerstalkers called "Don't Fall in Love."
Deerstalker sounds like an American alt indie band. That could be a name for it.
Because what is a deer stalker? Are you gonna stalk a deer and not shoot it, or how does it work?
I don't know.
Just follow it around.
I
see
know.
what it does.
I know. I wouldn't.
Follow it around all day
Find
and
out
then
where it
say,
moves,
"Okay, bye, thanks."
Find out where it works. Where it gets
Wow,
coffee.
that's a handsome buck there.
But their word is "Don't fall in love."
With a buck.
Yeah.
Let your heart go wandering, but please don't fall in love with me.
There's a little Beatle influence, right?
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. This is 1964.
Right there.
You know just where your heart belongs.
Really mix the vocals high.
If our love is real, you know when the real thing comes along. It's a thing that you have got to feel. Make me cry, make me blue, but please don't break your heart too. Don't please, don't fall in love with me. You know just where your heart belongs. You know if our love is real. You know when the real thing comes along. It's a thing that you have got to feel. Make me cry,
Do.
but please don't break your heart.
I don't think I've ever heard vocals mixed so high on a on a pop track. Wow.
Well, that sounds like an old 45, right?
Yeah.
It even says on Discogs, it says private release.
Oh wow.
So it hasn't been on the market at all, I guess.
Huh.
Maybe like a demo that they would send around to get a record deal. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that sound. Well, that's everything from the playlist, Mark, except for one thing. Some song called Gene.
Yeah.
Can you explain this song?
It's a song written by me, written down actually. My project, but then was called M-Jo, like M-J-O,
Yep.
because J-Lo came around, Jennifer Lopez, and I thought I can do that too with my name, you know. So that's how that came about.
Oh, that's how it came about, huh?
Yeah. And this song I dreamt when I was visiting a friend in Leipzig in Germany in 2008. And then later on I recorded it with a friend of mine who's a good drummer. I mean, I can play the drums, but not like that.
Mhm.
We recorded it in his own studio, and eventually we found a how do you call it, a opera singer, a female opera singer, to do some ad libs in the outro. And then a couple of years later, again, I made a video a bit over the top. There was a time I was a bit ashamed for it, but now I can laugh about
I
it.
think. And are you playing the electric guitar on it as well? And
Yeah, I do. I do everything apart from the drums. And then this friend of mine, this drummer, does the second vocal.
okay, well, let's see. How about this?
I was alone, I stayed at home.
It's a nice tour around Amsterdam as well.
No more. A friend came by, we took a ride. He parked his car in front of a bar. There I sat, I felt so straight.
There he is.
Sipping on my lemonade. Then in June came, I can't explain. My mind was upside down again. Jean, don't walk away. You only come back. I want you to stay. The more I see you, the more I need to be with you. We bought a house, we dreamt of kids, we had no doubts. But then one day, she told me straight, I'm drinking too much lemonade. First I thought she made a joke, I tried to laugh, but nearly choked. 'Cause Jean is not the joking kind. She stood by the door that night. Jean, don't walk away. Don't come back. I want you to stay. The more I see you,
That looks good.
the more I need to be with you. Oh, Jean, don't walk away. Don't come back. I want you to stay. The more I see you, the more I need you. Don't walk away. Don't come back. I want you to stay. The more I see you, the more I need you.
Good sense of humor. I especially like the vomiting in the
That's great.
canal bit.
Yeah, you told me.
What's
Yeah.
with lemonade? Is that alcoholic lemonade or is that just lemonade?
Oh, it's a reference to my grandparents. Like my grandfather used to like alcohol pretty much, and when he came home smelling of alcohol, my grandmother would tell my dad when he was a kid, like, yeah, don't pay attention too much to your father because he had way too much lemonade. And then my grandfather would make a short grumpy remark, and fall asleep in his chair. So that was the 50s. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's a good
what
pop
what was
song.
in the can? What was in the can you were drinking? What was that?
It was beer. One beer, like the cheapest one from Holland, in the
Okay.
blue can, and the green can is Zuber from Poland.
Okay.
It's a beer where they put in a certain plant taste that is the famous plant that they have some kind of bison over there called Vicent
Mhm.
that lives in the forest.
Okay.
And they always chew that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
That's
Huh.
like bison grass or so. They also put it in the vodka over there.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the beer and wine business here, and when I'm, music
Oh.
aside. So when I see something in a can or a mention of it, I have to know what it is. So
It's Zuber. It's Zubr. And it's really tasty. Also just around 5% or so. Yeah.
a normal that's a regular alcohol level of beer. Yeah. When I first moved to North Carolina from New Jersey, everyone was looking for beer that was like 10% alcohol. I said, that's fine.
That's too much.
The Belgian ales are known for the high alcohol content, but you don't drink 17 of them.
No.
Everyone was looking for this high alcohol. I said, wake up in the morning and see how you feel after too much of that stuff. But yeah,
Over here you got that stuff, but it's only with drunk by the street people. Because it's most efficient,
Right.
It's not that expensive.
I told Mark and Perry I was going to drink a bottle of Advocat before we went on tonight.
You might have not made it.
I would not have made it
so far.
You wouldn't have gotten through your audio problems, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but it's tonight by Mark, but it's still afternoon over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's a long way to go.
Time.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, Mark,
It's
Mark,
11 o'clock.
if I can go first, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and getting to know you over the last couple of days.
Likewise. And whenever you come to Amsterdam, be my guest.
Okay.
I can show you around.
Awesome. I am planning on it.
That like this year, or are you saving up money?
Saving up money. Rents are really high, so I'm spending a lot on my rent.
And then you got to find a place here to stay because the tourist prices are also skyrocketing. So.
Yeah, maybe I can get my friend Walter to finagle something for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I echo Perry's sentiments. Thanks for watching our show and cluing in. L3 says hello. I texted him during the course of the show. I said,
okay.
Mark,
say hello back. Yeah,
I will. And I love the music. It made me happy. It makes me happy. And just keep doing what you're doing. Next time we do speak, I'd like to talk more about the music that you make.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I also got some other crazy music projects. I don't know if you guys are into jazz, but I've been collecting all of the live recordings of my favorite things by the John Coltrane Quartet that I could find.
Fabulous. Great.
And I put them in chronological order, and then you discover all kinds of stuff about it.
Oh man, that sounds so intriguing. I
found 42 in total so far.
Wow.
And the playlist is over 14 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
If I come across any, I'll let you know what I found in case you don't have it, So
yeah.
Well,
like even AI speaks of only 37 versions. I found 42 already. And this is the 100th birth year of Coltrane, so there's gonna be a lot of releases coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, Mark, the only thing I can say is that I will try to load this up on YouTube and Spotify. If it gets blocked by something and I have to edit out, if they block this song, I'll try and chop it out. But either way, I will send you a copy of the show. I will email it to you. Okay. And
I'm real curious.
And I will let you know whether it's got blocked on YouTube and it's only on Spotify or whatever it may be. But
yeah.
Mark,
Very great.
I didn't get to thank you, but thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for
guys.
being so patient with us.
It was really nice to do my homework. So
you're great. You're great. You're awesome.
Oh, and I have to find a picture of Lou to insert in that black box there.
You have plenty.
You'll manage, I guess.
I will. Hey Perry, do Lou with the Planet of the Apes
Lou,
mask,
he'll send me an AI picture to put in there.
Great. So good luck with the show, and
thank you again, Mark.
You don't want to know how much inspiration I got from your show. Also, movie-wise, I've been watching a lot, like writing down the titles and checking them out, and it was always fun. So I like the taste of you guys as well a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll check out REM as well, the first albums.
First couple,
what they sound like.
Mark, just don't listen while you're in bed.
Okay. Yeah. Before
Sit
I
outside
get
on a nice sunny day or something.
I'll try.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.